Okay, so yes, the attendance. So as teachers, we can see kind of when you're logged into the LMS. So just make sure that you log in at some point each day. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night. We just need to see that you're kind of participating every day. If you have a trip planned or if you are away for a couple of days, just let us know. That's okay. That's not a problem. But if a student is not kind of logging in for a few days in a row, so like 2 days in a row, then we have to contact parents just to make sure that everything's okay and that you are attending. But again, if it's something that you know that's coming up and you're not going to make it for a few days, that's not a problem. You're not, going to lose marks or anything like that. We just need to know. That way we are aware that you're going to be missing for a couple of days and we'll kind of plan around that. So the LMS is the main website. Here each day I will have kind of the news feed. So you'll have the work for the day. So again, I'll just do this part in English to make sure everybody kind of understands, and then the lesson will be in French. So you'll have kind of links to the work for the day. So these are files that I would like you to download, especially kind of these numbered files. That's going to be kind of your worksheets for the day. The daily worksheets, we are going to I want you to kind of complete them and submit them. Ideally, kind of finish them the same day you get them, but if you need, an extra day, that's okay. These daily worksheets aren't going to be for marks, but we are going to kind of check to make sure that you've completed them. There will be a few projects that will be for marks. And for example, today, this courte tâche d'écriture, I note down here that it's going to be marked for points. So again, this first kind of part up here, this is your work for the day. And then I always include the drop boxes. So please don't email work to us. So there are two teachers. There's myself, Mr. Gagne, and Monsieur Levac. He's not here this morning. He had a prior commitment, but he'll be in here and he'll be answering kind of questions in the chat as we go. But we kind of will be taking turns marking different assignments. So if it's emailed to me and it should be his kind of marking assignment, then that kind of gets confusing. So if everybody can put their work in the drop boxes, that would be ideal. If you're not sure how to put something into the Dropbox, let me know. I can send you a quick little video. It is quite easy to do. So, for example, this Une citoyenneté responsable is your worksheet for today. It's a Word document, so you can download it, and then you can answer everything directly into that Word document and then upload it to the Dropbox when you're done. Every morning, I'll include the link to this Teams meeting. It's the same link all the time, but I'll still include it. And then this is the welcome email in case some of you, we had some issues with email lists yesterday. So if you haven't received an email from myself or Monsieur Levac, okay. Oh, is that better? Okay, hello, is that better? Okay. Uh, so sorry. Okay. What was, I guess, what was the last thing you heard, or where? Okay, so I'll just kind of quickly go back over the LMS. So this is the LMS. I sent an email yesterday to parents and all of you, and so did Monsieur Levac. So this is actually two sections, two classes combined into one. We're going to be running it together. So the LMS here is where we're going to kind of meet, or you're going to get all of your work. And it's also how we're going to take attendance. So please make sure you're logging into the LMS every day. If it doesn't matter if it's 10 o'clock at night, we just need to see that you're in the LMS each day. If you have to go away, if work is in the way, or if you have a trip planned, that's okay. Just let us know ahead of time. Uh, Otherwise, if a student misses like 2 days in a row where they don't log into the LMS, then we have to contact parents. But if we know you're going to be away, then that's not an issue. This is the news feed in the center here. So this is where we will be posting all of the work for the day, as well as any kind of necessary information. The top part here is your work for the day and links to the documents. And then at the bottom here are the drop boxes. So the drop boxes are where we want you to submit your work. Please don't email them to us. Don't send them through EDSB. Put them in the Dropbox. If you're not familiar with the LMS and you're not sure how to put something into the Dropbox, just let us know and we can send you a quick little video that will show you how to do it. Most days there are like daily worksheets. So we want you to kind of work through the worksheets and submit them, but those daily worksheets aren't going to count for marks. We will let you know ahead of time what assignments count for marks. So for example, today you've got une courte tâche d'écriture, and down here it says ceci va être corrigé par nous pour des points. So this is something that will count for marks. The daily worksheets are Word documents, so you can download those and then you can work directly into that Word document, and then when you're done, save it and then upload it to the Dropbox. Down here, I've got the welcome email that I sent, or that we sent, and again, we had some technical issues with some emails not getting out there, so if you haven't received an email from us, this is the content of that email. I think that is it. So the way the course is organized, there are 2 weeks that will be the civics portion of the course, and then there are 2 weeks that will be the careers portion of the course. There are no tests, there is no exam. This is primarily a project-based course. So you will have a few kind of big projects that will count for the bulk of your marks, and then a few smaller writing tasks that will be there as well. In terms of due dates, we are fairly flexible. Again, we understand that you know, some of you have jobs, some of you have family commitments, stuff like that. You know, life happens. That's okay. We can, as long as you're kind of in communications with us and letting us know that, you know, I'm going to be, you know, a little late with this, then that's okay. The only hard and fast due date that we have is the last day of the course is July 28th. We cannot accept work past that date because we have to have our report cards completed by the end of that date. So that is really the only hard and fast deadline for the course. OK, so à ce point-ci, est-ce que vous avez des questions en ce qui regarde du cours? C'est la façon dont le cours va être organisé. Si vous n'avez aucune question, on va commencer avec la leçon. OK, donnez-moi un instant. OK, pouvez-vous voir le PowerPoint? Je m'excuse, là, c'est juste, ils ont changé la façon que Teams fonctionne, ça c'est un peu nouveau pour moi. Est-ce que vous pouvez voir le PowerPoint? Est-ce que quelqu'un peut me laisser savoir dans le chat? Non, OK. OK. Okay, so why won't it work? Okay, pouvez-vous voir maintenant? Again, sorry about this. This is different now. No. Okay. Okay, so je vais lire le PowerPoint et vous allez pouvoir l'ouvrir et vous allez avoir besoin du PowerPoint pour répondre la feuille de travail d'aujourd'hui. So, vous pouvez écouter et je vais lire qu'est-ce qui se passe. OK, so, on parle d'une citoyenneté responsable. So, c'est quoi la citoyenneté? So, ce cours ici, on parle de la citoyenneté. So, what is it to be a good citizen? So, dans ce cours, vous allez étudier comment les décisions sont prises. So, on va voir comment l'argent est dépensé pour la protection de l'environnement sous les gouvernements. Comment est-ce que les différents niveaux de gouvernement prennent leurs décisions. Et vous allez aussi apprendre comment vous pouvez participer aux prises de décisions qui influencent la société. Pourquoi suivre un cours d'éducation à la citoyenneté? Le gouvernement a décidé, quand ils ont organisé votre éducation, qu'un cours comme celle-ci, où on discute de la citoyenneté, est assez importante que tout le monde doit l'apprendre. Pourquoi est-ce que pourquoi est-ce qu'ils ont fait ça? Le cours d'éducation à la citoyenneté te fournira les connaissances, les habiletés et te sensibilisera aux valeurs qui t'aideront à assumer ta citoyenneté d'une façon responsable, avisée et dynamique. Le but de ce cours est de vous donner des connaissances, kind of this knowledge, des habiletés, these skills, et vous sensibiliser aux valeurs, kind of explain what the values are, pour vous aider à d'être citoyen responsable, to be a responsible citizen, avisé, to be well educated, et dynamique, quelqu'un qui prend part et a de l'action. Pour découvrir comment fonctionne notre gouvernement, okay, so we want to understand how the government works, comment il prend des décisions qui concernent l'ensemble des citoyens et des citoyennes. So we want to understand how they make decisions that affect everybody who are the citizens of that community, either a country, a city, or a province. Reconnaître tes croyances et tes valeurs personnelles. So what are your beliefs, what are your values concernant la façon dont nous participons à la vie de la société. So what are your kind of personal beliefs and values when it comes to the way people should live in a society? Mettre en pratique des habiletés fondamentales propres à la citoyenneté. So we're going to try and give you kind of practical opportunities to develop these citizenship skills. Examiner les défis qui représentent l'engagement dans des communautés dont les membres ont souvent des points de vue différents. So what are the kind of challenges that represent engaging in communities where members of that community often have different points of view? Et développer un esprit critique par rapport à ce que signifie pour toi être un citoyen ou une citoyenne avisé, dynamique et responsable. So get you kind of thinking critically about what it means for you to be a well-informed, dynamic, and responsible citizen. OK, so ça, c'est le PowerPoint. So vous allez utiliser ce PowerPoint pour répondre à la feuille de travail. So, on va regarder à la feuille de travail maintenant. OK, so ici 01, qu'est-ce que la citoyenneté? So, ça, c'est le PowerPoint. So, vous pouvez ouvrir ce document-là pour le lire. Et voici une citoyenneté responsable. So, ça, c'est votre travail, votre feuille de travail. So, vous pouvez aller ici, le bouton qui dit download, and then you'll be able to download the document. I believe there's a download button at the bottom as well. And this little drop-down arrow, I think, should have the download option as well. So there's a bunch of different ways where you can download. OK, so numéro 1, ici, vous pouvez voir, vous devez remplir ou compléter les tirets. OK, so basically it's just fill in the blanks based off of the PowerPoint I just read. OK, ensuite, vous avez un vidéo que vous pouvez visionner. So, il y a un lien là qui vous apporte à une vidéo de YouTube que vous pouvez visionner. Question numéro 3, vous avez un petit quiz où vous répondez oui ou non, et ensuite, ça vous donne une idée de est-ce que vous êtes un citoyen engagé ou non. Again, there's no right or wrong answers. It's just to kind of get a sense of how kind of active in terms of citizenship you already are. Et ensuite, on va le prochain travail, probablement votre premier plus gros travail, est les sources fiables. So, une des choses importantes avec être un citoyen ou une citoyenne est d'être bien avisé. So, being well informed. Et de nos jours, avec toute l'information que nous avons accès avec l'Internet et les médias sociaux, il est très important et très difficile parfois d'être bien avisé. So there is, with social media, with the internet, there is a ton of information out there. There's also a ton of misinformation and disinformation. So it's hard to sometimes decipher what is true and real and factual. So ici, on a un outil qui va vous aider un peu avec cette tâche. Okay? So, il y a deux liens, deux articles que vous allez lire. Une des articles est fabriquée. So, il y a de l'information qui n'est pas vraie. Okay? Et l'autre article a de l'information qui est correcte et fiable. So, c'est votre tâche d'essayer de trouver quelle source d'information est fiable et quelle source d'information n'est pas fiable. Okay? So you're going to read these two articles. This one, I think you just need to copy and paste into your web browser, and then you're going to answer these 3 questions. And then you're going to answer kind of just yes or no this little table here, which will help you kind of decipher if the article is factual or not. Okay, and then here is the other article. And again, you've got 3 more questions, and you have the same kind of little table to fill out. So your task is to figure out which article is truthful and which is not. So if there is a, if the question that is asked is not directly answered in that text, you don't need to go elsewhere to try and find it. You can just identify or just write that no, the information wasn't in there. Okay. So, des choses qu'on veut voir, so la devise, so comment récent est l'information, so how recent is the information, la pertinence, so how pertinent is the information to your questions, to the questions you're looking for, l'autorité, so est-ce que l'auteur est identifié et est-ce qu'ils sont une autorité sur le sujet, so who are they knowledgeable in their field, or are they experts in their field? So can you trust their information based on their expertise? La précision, so est-ce que l'information est correcte? So precision, so it's important that the information be precise. And then l'objectif, so what is the objective of the site? Is it to provide advice? Is it to provide facts? Is it to provide an opinion? And again, that will go a long way in helping you decipher if you can trust that information or not. Okay. Ensuite, numéro 7, ici, vous avez quelques questions à répondre. So, c'est un scénario. So, imaginez que vous levez un matin et qu'il n'existe aucune autorité. So, toutes les règles, toutes les lois, les polices, les cours, les enseignants, directeurs sont tous disparus, comme dans le film The Purge. Okay, so imagine you wake up one morning and there is no authority. There are no rules. There's no one around to tell you what to do, and no one around to enforce what people should do. So, quels sont les avantages de cela? So, what are the advantages? Comment protégeriez-vous vos droits? So, how would you protect your rights, your stuff, your life, your freedom? Auriez-vous des droits? So, would you actually have rights in that situation? Et finalement, la dernière chose, on examine des caricatures. So there are political comics down here. There are 3 of them. Et vous allez répondre les 4 questions pour chaque caricature. So, qui est dans la caricature? So, who are the characters or the individuals in the comic strip? Quels sont les symboles employés? Okay, so, encore, une caricature, il n'a pas beaucoup de texte, donc les images, les symboles sont très importantes pour transmettre le message de l'auteur. So, quel est le message de la caricature? So, what is it trying to say? And then, comment est-ce que ce message est illustré? So, how do they illustrate that message? Est-ce qu'ils utilisent des exagérations? So, are they exaggerating? Est-ce qu'ils utilisent de l'humour? So, humor, de la couleur. These are black and white, so color doesn't really matter much. So, vous pouvez répondre les questions à côté de chaque image. Okay? So, ça, c'est votre travail pour aujourd'hui. So, idéalement, si vous pouvez compléter cette feuille de travail et le remettre avant notre prochaine rencontre demain matin, ça serait fantastique. Je veux introduire une de nos tâches cumulatives pour la fin du cours de civisme. So this is, so for the civics portion, you'll have 2 kind of final projects. I'm introducing this first one today just because it's something that I want you to kind of work on a little bit kind of each day so that it'll be completed in 2 weeks. So le projet s'appelle La justice sociale et les médias sociaux. So we're looking at the idea of social justice on social media. So ceci est un projet qui va continuer la longueur du cours de civisme, which in our case is 2 weeks. Le produit final va être à votre choix. Okay, so how you kind of put it together will be entirely up to you. Si vous voulez mettre l'information dans un document Word, si vous voulez utiliser PowerPoint, si vous voulez utiliser Prezi ou créer une vidéo, c'est à votre choix. Ce qui est le plus confortable pour vous nous convient bien. So, premièrement, vous allez trouver une cause ou une idée ou une bataille qui vous parle. So I want you to find a cause or some social justice issue that you think is important. Il est possible que vous soyez déjà impliqué. So it might be something that you're already involved in. So voici une liste d'exemples. J'entends quelqu'un avec leur microphone. Let's see. No, okay. Okay, so voici une liste d'exemples. So Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, Me Too, les peuples autochtones du Canada. So, il y a une grande liste et vous pouvez ajouter votre propre chose à la liste aussi. So this is not an exclusive list. You can feel free to kind of add your own topic. If you're not sure, just double check with either myself or Monsieur Levac. Ensuite, vous allez faire de la recherche au sujet. So, vous allez chercher pour des ressources, des experts, des opinions sur les médias sociaux. Prenez des screenshots ou trouvez une façon de sauver les posts. So, vous allez aussi préparer une liste de hashtags qui sont utiles. So, first step, yeah, find some people or organizations online that you can trust. Prepare a list of hashtags that relate to that topic. Vous allez identifier 3 individus que vous croyez sont fiables et 3 institutions que vous croyez sont fiables. So I want you to, on whatever social media you are on, to find 3 individuals that are trustworthy, that post about whatever topic it is that you've chosen. 3 institutions. So institutions can be organizations, they can be governments, they can be any kind of groups of people that are organized to kind of promote that cause. Et pour chaque, vous allez expliquer pourquoi vous les croyez. Okay, so I want you, for each person or each institution that you identify, tell me why they are trustworthy. Okay, so ça c'est votre première partie. Ensuite, vous allez identifier des actions concrètes. So what are, beyond just kind of posting online, what are 3 concrete things that can be done? So identifier 3 choses que vous, comme individu, peuvent faire. So what are 3 things that individual people can do? 3 choses que votre communauté peut faire. Okay, so what are 3 things that your community can do? And community can be your neighborhood. It can be, if you are, an athlete, your sports community, so your hockey association, your basketball association. It could be your school community. It could be your art community. So kind of a smaller group of people. What can those people do? Identifier 3 choses que le gouvernement, soit provincial, fédéral, peut faire. So what are 3 things that the various levels of government can do to make things better in that regard? Okay, so this is something that will be due hang on, let me see, it's in 2 weeks on the Friday. So we're looking at Friday the 14th. So I'll post that on the LMS, but so we've got about 10 days to work on this project. OK, so ça c'est votre travail pour aujourd'hui. Demain, nous n'allons pas avoir de rencontre. Les deux, Monsieur Levac et moi, ne sommes pas disponibles, mais je vais ajouter, ou je vais mettre la vidéo que j'ai faite pour cette leçon l'année dernière, va être sur le LMS. Okay, so I've taught this course before, and kind of the days are always kind of the same from one year to another. So what I will do is I will post tomorrow's lesson as a video. I'll post it to the LMS, so you'll be able to kind of see the work and an explanation for that work. It will be there tomorrow, and then we will be back meeting on Thursday. Okay. So, si vous avez des questions, je vais rester autour pour quelques minutes ici si vous voulez me demander des questions. Sinon, je vais aussi ajouter le courriel pour M. Levac et moi sur le LMS à n'importe quel temps, s'il vous plaît. Excusez-moi. Envoyez-nous un courriel. Okay, so we don't want you to kind of be stuck and struggling with work. If there's a question you're not kind of quite clear on, please send us an email. Even if it's in the evening, I can't guarantee how quickly we'll get to your email kind of at night, but I generally try and answer any emails I get in the evenings before I get to bed. So during the day, during the kind of the school day, I've got my email that comes right to my phone, so I'm generally pretty quick about replying emails. Same thing with Monsieur Levac. And then again, in the evenings, just send us emails. We want you to be successful. We want this to be kind of a good experience for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions. OK, merci tout le monde. Si vous avez besoin de quelque chose, envoyez-moi un courriel ou je vais rester ici pour répondre des questions pour les prochaines quelques minutes. OK, merci. Au revoir.